in the red corner, floating like a butterfly and standing at 6'3". His opponents can't hit what their eyes can't see. It's the greatest Muhammad Ali. He would be coming into this fight on the back of an impressive win streak with 26 fights to his name and all of them wins. As the reigning heavyweight world champion, the greatest of all time would be looking to add to his tally of challenges. Pacing in the opposite corner was a fighter 10 years Ali senior with 76 fights to his name. Cleveland Williams was no stepping stone, but it wasn't the big cat's boxing record he was famed for. Williams had just recovered from a shooting that nearly saw not just the end of his career, but the end of his life. The heavyweight matchup between Muhammad Ali and Cleveland Williams was not just another fight in the greatest arsenal, but a heavyweight fight that would be looked back as boxing gold, with fans and boxers alike calling it Muhammad Ali's best performance ever. By 1966, Muhammad Ali was already the reigning heavyweight champion of the world. Known for his unmatched speed, charisma, and poetic trash talk, Ali had transformed the sport of boxing with his unique blend of athleticism and showmanship. He had claimed the heavyweight title in 1964 by defeating Sonny Liston in a major upset, and since then he had defended it successfully against Liston again, as well as Floyd Patterson and George Chuvalo. However, Ali's presence outside the ring had become just as controversial and compelling as his performance inside it.
I'm not going to help nobody get something my don't have. If I'm going to die, I'll die now, right here fighting you. I'm saying you talking about me about some draft, and all of you white breaking your neck to get to Switzerland and Canada and London.
By this time, Ali had changed his name from Cassius Clay to Muhammad Ali, a decision that drew significant backlash from the American public, the media, and boxing officials, his refusal to conform to the expectations of a traditional sports hero. Especially in the climate of the 1960s, this made him a polarizing figure. On top of that, his outspoken opposition to the Vietnam War and his refusal to be drafted loomed in the background. To gain the vote of the people, Ali would have to go one better than being just the heavyweight world champion. Against this backdrop, Ali's fight with Cleveland Williams took on symbolic weight. Williams, once a fearsome heavyweight contender with a formidable record and punching power, had faced a near-tragic event just 2 years prior. In 1964, Williams was shot in the abdomen by a Texas highway patrolman during a traffic stop. But Williams fought his way back, driven by pride and a sense of unfinished business in the sport. By the time he was set to face Ali, he had strung together a few wins and convinced promoters he was ready to return to the spotlight. For many, this was a comeback story, the tale of a warrior defying the odds to get one last shot at glory. The night in question would have 35,000 of the luckiest boxing fans in history to witness the poetic movement of not just the greatest boxer of all time, but the greatest sports person in history. Below the belt boxing presence, a prime Muhammad Ali in his masterpiece performance.
Left tighter. All right, Van. Cassius Clay backs away from a wild left hand. Nobody swung, landed a punch. Clay in his right front flex. Clay is going through that famous shuffle of his. Williams stalking him, moving clockwise right above our mutual mic. Williams stands through, right left jab. Clay backing away off the ropes above us. Clay with his hands down now, moving. Cleveland Williams, the big cat, the man who throws bombs, throws on top of the head. Actually, new man has thus far been hit. Williams stalking his man up there, or the way he bobs and weaves for a man 212 pounds. He ducked under a left hand thrown by Williams, landed moving around, throws a right left to the head. And another left taken on the glove by Cleveland Big Cat Williams, who's the popular left. Clay moving in now, left, straight left, jolt and jab to the jaw. Cleveland Williams just stalking him as Clay is playing the corner, hits him left to the body. Clay maneuvers deftly and gets out of the corner. That's one of those for Clay. Clay on the shovel, comes into the left of the body, lands the left to the head. A hard left to the face, thrown by Cassius. Stands his hair on end. Clay's left to the nose again. Clay with a missing left to the body. And it's Clay's with a heavier punches so far. Clay with that jolting jab. Williams keeps after him, takes another hard left, but Clay has shown he has that devastating left jab. And he lands again by Williams. Clay's head went back and the crowd roared, but it didn't have too much effect. Williams shoots a left jab. They both in the glove. There's the left to the face of Williams. Clay has landed the harder punches. Clay with the left to the nose, the right to the nose. And Clay shakes him up, goes into a shuffle, misses the left, throws the left and the right. Williams stands his ground in mid-ring, left to the face. Another left hook thrown by Clay. Williams not hurt at all, but he sent a solid punch on Cassius Clay. Clay in his bob and weave against the ropes. Goes left to box. Cleveland can land the bomb. He may never get the chance. He takes the left to the nose. The bell, the end of round one.
The world had simply never seen movement like it. The first round, Muhammad Ali didn't just wow the crowd with his hands, but it was his feet that the fans would be shouting for. Never had the boxing community witness a heavyweight fighter move with such grace and soft footing. If the greatest was to win his home country over, it would have to be a show of a lifetime. The fight between Ali and Cleveland Williams would be just that. With the shuffle in full swing and the ballerina movement, the Texan crowd was in for a treat that night.
But Clay jarred him. It was all Cassius Clay. There's the bell. Here's this. Harry Kessler left hand, and he shows it to Williams with the left to the nose. A left hook taken over one of the great respected officials. Clay, who has dazzling speed without as yet to really throw a bomb. Here's Clay landing a hard left, taken on the glove, however, by Cleveland Williams, and backpedaled away. Clay shuffling, shoots a left off. The shovel is pushed into Williams, missing with a light left to the body. Clay's yet ready to throw punches when he was in the first round. Here's Clay jabbing with his left hand, a snapping left jab to the nose. Williams keeps stalking him, throws the left, but Williams' nose will be sore tomorrow, that's for sure. Here's Clay bobbing. Clay actually got his head under the top ring strand. Here's a left to the box. Williams with Clay against the rope. Deftly, Clay ducks under the rope, ducks his head and catches a right. Williams with a left speed left to the nose. Williams has him against the ropes above us, but Clay deftly ducks. Takes a short. Williams unable to follow through. Takes the left thrown by the champion. Clay with another. Williams not rocked. Takes another left to the nose. The nose bleeding. There's a right hook to the eye. Nose, but it bothers him not one whit. Here's Williams throwing the right, but Clay ducked. Ups him with a left to the nose. Another one. A right rope and got away from the first bomb. Here's Clay with a combination left, right, left. Catching Williams. Backs away, weaving clockwise. A hard left jump. The right to the nose. Williams down to the right. Sitting down above us. He gets up immediately. We have a knockdown in round two. Here comes the champion. Throws another right, misses the left. Clay who backs away and cuffs him with the left. Williams is... Clay ducks, doesn't throw. Here comes the champion. Throws another right, misses the left. Throws the right. He's got Williams hurt in mid-ring. Hit it well, the left, the right. Clay has him going down on his... Sitting down above. Williams down to the right. He's up at two, but he'll take a mandatory 8 count. A short joining right hook by Clay, and Cleveland Williams was down. He doesn't look hurt. He's taking the mandatory 8. Take another mandatory 8. Clay threw both hands up in the air. Signal of Vic Hester is giving the mandatory 8. Williams shakes his head. The 8. Clay threw both hands up in the air. Signal of Vic. Williams will survive the round. A right, a left by Clay, a left and a right. Williams flat on his back. But the bell will ring, but they'll keep the bell, and he keeps counting. And Kessler says, no, the round is over. They told the end of round two with Williams down at the count of 2.
Saved by the bell. They certainly don't make them like they used to. If the first round was poetry, then the second round was thrash metal with 3 big knockdowns. How did the big cat keep getting back up? With the towering figure stood over him 3 times in just 1 round. It's safe to say Cleveland Williams was as tough as they come. But as big and tough as the challenger was, the night definitely belonged to the champion. The 24-year-old Muhammad Ali was in full swing, and no man alive was going to rain on his parade. With the fastest hands in the game and the biggest smile in boxing, the world would have to watch in and just take stock.
Williams gets into the left. He has nothing to lose now but to throw bombs. He's been down 3 times. Left. Williams trying to target. Here's a left and a right by Clay. Backing away, goes into a shuffle. A right, left, right by Clay himself. Can't do it. Left to the face, a left and a right. Williams down. He may not. He's over in Clay's corner. He does. This is the 4th knockdown. Get up at 5. Now is bleeding now. 4 knockdowns already. He's hitting with a barrage of left and right. Left, right. Throws another jab. Clay feels he's got him now. Cuts him on the back of the ear. Stand-up style, backing away. Clay hits him. He's been hurt badly. Takes a left and a right in his own corner. Right, and the referee stops the fight. It's all over.
And there we have it, a 10-minute recap on a fight that will stand the test of time. I'm pretty sure I don't have to remind you of what Ali went on to achieve. But shortly after the Williams fight, the greatest would be banned from the sport he loved, but that would only make him louder. Rising from the flames and putting the world to rights with his fast feet and the quickest wit in combat sport. Be sure to give the subscribe button a stiff jab. I've been Frank Monroe here at Below the Belt. Take care.